And this doesn't look like that. Oops. All right. So Dillon Danis has had some recent footage come out. He's got some sparring footage and some mitt training footage. Jake Paul has been slowly proving to the world that MMA fighters maybe don't know how to box. He's dethroned Woodley. He's taken out Anderson Silva and Ben Askren. So the question is, Dillon Danis going to be Ben Askren? Is he going to be more like Tyron Woodley, right level opponent? He's definitely not going to be Anderson Silva. Now, I really want to look at the mitt training because I do think that there's some more tells there, some things that we haven't seen from him. There were some things that were glaring to me that I think the untrained eye might have missed. Now, the unfortunate thing is I'm not going to be able to watch this fight in person. Misfits 4, I was potentially going to maybe come out of retirement, but definitely I was going to be there, but I can't. That's because of this logo right here, people. If you've been watching my channel, I've been playing football for a few years now. This year, we won the championship in our league. Then we won a regional tournament, and now we're getting a trip to the national championship. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I wouldn't miss it for a lot of things, to be honest. However, to get down there, all of our players have to cover the funds of the flights, the stay. To be honest, I don't think a lot of the guys even thought that we'd ever get a chance to do something like this. Most of our games are relatively local, and we do a good job of picking guys up and giving guys rides to games that are even maybe like an hour away. So this kind of thing is been very challenging for us to try to make sure we get everybody there. Here's what I'm doing. I started a GoFundMe. You can donate anything, something. I believe the minimum is $5, but whatever you can do, I will give you guys a shout out on my channel and on my socials. And again, if you want to plug, if you're a content creator, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you have a message you want to get out there, or if you just want to promote yourself, it could be your Twitch stream, anything. I would love to plug that for you as an appreciation for helping myself out and helping out my team. And again, these funds are not going to go for me. I'm taken care of already for my flights and my stay, but it's for some of my players and my teammates who need to get out there and join us in this trip. Again, it would be like life-changing, guys, because some of these guys are on the fence about going to this game, even though they practice and sacrifice work and just regular life to play this game. So to get an opportunity like this would just be amazing. So again, anything you can do would be great. So the link is there. You know how it goes, and I appreciate you guys for that. All right, first thing we're going to do is take a look at the sparring. Now, I'm going to play this full out, and then we're going to react to it because you guys were yelling at me last time for pausing too much. And again, I've seen the footage before, so I was trying to go in detail. But we're just going to play it. I'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll break down the nitty-gritty. So he's in an MMA gym, clearly, a UFC gym, doing some sparring. So again, this is not a great look. He's doing some sparring. It's good for combat, but boxing is a lot different. Look at the guy's shelling with his leg was up, like he's trying to check a kick. So that's not going to happen in a boxing ring, right? That guard, it's the same guy, super tall guard. You can tell the guy does kickboxing, but that guy looked a little bit slicker with his movement. But this type of clinch work, you can tell they're just working. There's not really a real competitive battle going on. Okay, so now let's go back. Now you guys have seen it. Let's break it down little by little, real quick here. So first thing, you see this right here. Okay, tight guard, that could happen. But Dillon's coming forward. But this right here, the leg coming up, that's not gonna happen. So that doesn't help, right? The guy's just covering up here. Dillon coming from southpaw, slip inside, boom, eyes closed. That's rough. Boom. But you see like kind of this tight shell guard here that you're not going to get from JJ, right? JJ's going to be loose on his toes, snapping that jab, moving wide stance, coming in and out. But this guy was just stiff here, no head movement. I like the head movement from Dillon because we don't see that a lot from him. Boom, landed a big shot there. Again, the guy was shelled up, so I like the combination. I like how he tried to set up that uppercut. That was pretty good. But again, the guy's just standing straight up against the ropes. Again, southpaw versus southpaw in this case. So he slips inside, but again, this hand way down. I know Wade's been talking about that to you guys. That hand is way down, right? You can do that, but he clearly has the advantage with this guy, right? So he's not worried about him too much. So that could play into it in terms of not wanting to keep his hands up or being a little bit looser. You know, when you feel like you're not afraid of the guy and you can take his punches, maybe you'll be a little bit looser in there. See, because right here, look, this guy may be a little bit sharper. Now you see this body hook landed. High guard from Dillon, right? a bunch of clinch work going on in the back. I don't know what's going on here. Double jab, sliding, but see the feet close together, narrow, walking forward. A lot of changing stances. You saw this from Anderson. You saw it from Uriah Hall. Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley. The MMA style of moving forward, switching stances, and the feet getting close together. Reaching forward, hand down, extended, exposed. I like this. Setting up the body shots. I like the work to the body. There's that MMA work. That is illegal. Okay, Logan Paul got points. This happens again to JJ. JJ's going to immediately know. Pineda, 2 points. All right, now we're going to get to the mitt footage. Again, I'm going to let this play through so you guys don't get mad at me, okay? And then we'll break it down. 2 different clips here, okay? Not going 100% clearly, right? Looks a bit more technical, right? A bit more technical. He's within his stance, in his base, not overreaching, but again, he's hitting mitts. But I don't know. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Do you see what I'm seeing here? Again, he's not going 100% clearly, but do you see what I'm seeing here? Guard is up, right? Solid weight on that backhand for not going 100%. Okay, you see what I'm seeing? Maybe he's just trolling. He's not going 100%. Trying to set up JJ and show that he doesn't have any skill. Now, here's the thing. I could believe some of that, but there wasn't as much fluidity as you would like to see. Because number one, he's looking at each mitt, and it almost looked like he's counting or reciting the rhythm he's supposed to hit. Like 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 2, or bop, bop, bop. Bop, 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 which means it's not fight speed. You want the mitt training or any type of training to be able to simulate a fight. So when you watch it, right, a bit stiff. His promo work is interesting, but it works clearly. Again, this is another thing. Hand down on the mitts, being a little loose, but you're not seeing any movement or any movement of the feet or any head movement here. And that's a big thing that with MMA fighters like to walk forward. You don't see that whole that rhythm, that constant head movement while he's doing mitts, not registering that punches are going to be coming. Just stand there waiting to throw those punches. Again, feet being still, no back step, no front step, no side step, anything like that. He only does it when asked, right? And those things that should be natural, even if you're trying to. I think you would, even if you're trying to kind of play it down, I think you would kind of do that naturally, even lighter, right? Without even trying to. So did you catch? Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Right? Boom. Boom. Right there. Did you get? Almost like he's saying it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4. And pop, 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 pop. Here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Doesn't look bad. But again, it's not fight speed. This is mitt training speed. This is, I'm just trying to learn this routine. Boom, 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 boom. And he's thinking about the punches in the order and the sequence rather than I'm thinking, pop, 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 boom, right? Instead of trying to land a sequence of punches in a match. Whenever I'm trying to train, that's what I'm trying to do. When I'm trying to train somebody, even if it's not for fighting, for a sport, I'm trying to make it as real as possible. And this doesn't look like that. You can see, you can almost see him counting. You can almost hear him counting through the muted audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And you notice his little shakeout after. Shakeout. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to do the combination again. Boom. Right? And these are things that become like redundant, routine, and they're not fight applicable. Again, he could be trolling, but I doubt it because there's so many little intricacies that you'd have to do here on purpose to make it look like a troll. Right? Combination, bounce out. Combination, bounce out. That's not how it's going to look. You look at someone like when Coach Daly is doing mitts with King Kenny. You see Temper with Wally. You see all these guys doing mitts. Whenever I'm doing mitts, boom, boom, you're in and out. You're trying to make it look as real as possible unless you're trying to sell it. But to me, this doesn't look like a troll. It looks like he's just been doing boxing now recently, switching over to traditional boxing, and he's trying to understand the nuances of the sweet science and the different stances and the rhythm of the combinations being different. Like, is he? He's not faking that feedback, right? Like, he's giving him actual feedback. There's no way he's faking that feedback. Right? It looks like they're just literally drilling. So here, hook, boom, slip. I mean, his guard is up. There's the roll. Right? So these are clearly things that they're working on, right? They're shaking the mitt and then roll under. This is a part of their system, what he's doing. Again, it's at slow speed. To me, he's better than Ben Askren, but it's going to be worse than Woodley, right? I think people can probably sense that, but he might be closer to Askren than we think. So my takeaways, number one, I don't think he was trolling. I think he might have been going light, but not trolling, and there's a difference. Trolling means you're being bad on purpose. I don't think he was doing that. I think he was just going light to not show full speed or full power. But when it comes to his sparring, if you see the way he spars, that's the way you're going to fight. This type of speed with mitt training, you're not going to fight that way. And if you do, you're not going to have any defense because we didn't see any defense. Only defense we saw was one parry, a couple rolls, which is not much defense. And I don't think that Dillon is going to be the better puncher than JJ. So he's going to have to be the better boxer and the better fighter, the better athlete, and conditioning wise, and be more efficient with his energy. Have better, fight IQ when he's in there, because JJ's has been, I think, been working on punching harder for longer in the boxing realm. So JJ definitely going to be the better puncher, and with his experience, I think he's going to be the better boxer. So I don't really see a path for Dillon unless JJ just makes a bunch of mistakes and gets overzealous and gets too emotional. The other reason I have KSI in this, and I think Dillon has a very little shot, is because Dillon is southpaw. JJ has had issue in almost all of his fights for winging that right hand way too wide on his overhand and coming around behind the ear or behind the head. And even though it's like a running joke where Pineda was grabbing the back of his head saying like he's hit me in the back of the head, JJ's overhand tends to do that, because if you're an orthodox, when you shoulder roll or lean away or duck, that right hand being so wide, if it's not straight, is going to hit the back of your opponent's head. And it's something that we saw even when he caught Logan Paul and he dropped him. It was a close one, right? However, since Dillon is southpaw, that side of his face is just going to be wide open. It's going to be very hard for JJ to hit the back of Dillon's head with an overhand right. But Dillon is primed to get cracked with that shot. So that's what I have as an early prediction. JJ via overhand right KO. Not even TKO. Straight up KO. But I guess time will tell. What do you guys think? Was he trolling? Was he being serious? Was he just being light? Leave a like and subscribe. Oos.